Well, man. The time has come. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington football team video. And in today's video, it's time to finally put it to rest and talk about it no more until it's official. We have a bunch of news also about possible new stadium again. And we're going to talk a little bit about playoffs and why it's so important that Washington needs to find a quarterback, because that game that we seen versus the Chiefs and Bills was magnificent. So today's video is just like multiple topics in one. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington football team. Let's get straight into today's video. Man, it feels good to be back. So we are officially 1 week away from Washington announcing our new name. And as we get closer, I'm getting nervous. Like, I know for about a year, almost two now, I told you I don't really care what the name is. I still don't. But like, am I the only one that's like feeling like a little nervous? Like when February 2nd comes, you don't even want to check your phone because like you a little nervous. Like you don't know how everybody's gonna react and whatnot. Like I'm getting that little feeling, and I'm getting like the anti feeling just because I know it's coming. Like we're literally a week away. That's just how I feel personally. We did it totally different from the Cleveland Guardians, right? Remember Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Indians from baseball, they pretty much, like, I'm not saying they rushed their process, because it really don't matter if you took a fast process or a slow process like us, but they pretty much told their fans what it was from day one, right? They said we were the Guardians. So it wasn't none of that build up like it is for this thing here for our team. You know what I'm saying? From first telling us that we have to retire the name, from first trying to guess what the name was going to be, to now on making the brand. You have leaks, you have all these Twitter accounts possibly getting made for the new name. Like, it's so much going on. It was not like that for the Cleveland Guardians. So it's so much anticipation and build up, which is very smart on the Washington football team's behalf. As we know, this organization is ran poorly, but we know they're not no dummies. Right, they're going to build their fans, that they're going to get them invested, and quite frankly, we're going to be the talk of the town for probably about a month, because we're going to be the only thing happening in February 2nd. The Super Bowl gets pushed back an extra week because we know it's a extra game or whatnot for playoffs now, with the new format. So it kind of got pushed back a couple days. So we're going to be the talk of the town with the new name for about a month. So this is huge for Washington. I don't know what the name is. I really don't. And my guess is a lot of people are starting to say it's going to be Hogs, Groundhog Day 2222. And they want to keep the tradition and have old fans reminisce. So, I mean, it makes a bunch of sense why a lot of people think it's Hogs. I just don't know what it is. I think it's either Hogs, Red Tails, Admirals. Admirals was the other name that a lot of people were talking about, because those were the three names that they had on Twitter, like that they were saving for when we announced our name of the accounts. So those are my three guesses. But again, I really don't care what the name is, but I am getting a little nervous. I'll be lying to you if I wasn't saying I'm getting a little nervous as the days get closer. But that's just because I'm a fan, just like you. So yeah, man, I am a little scared for 22, but it's a good kind of scared. Now, moving on to more stadium talk. I know a lot of you guys wanted to talk more about the stadium, because again, we know FedEx Field is terrible, it's trash, we need to get out of there as soon as possible. I made a video basically reacting to like a Reddit of Washington fans saying where they would prefer the stadium to be, and a lot of people were saying DC, a lot of people were saying Virginia, someone said the Harbor. You had a lot of different people, and these are real people that that are like fans of the Washington football team. So like you can go over there and see their reaction. So I urge you guys to go watch that video if you haven't already. And I'll be honest, man, we got more news on the new stadium about Virginia passing like the legislation or whatnot to basically approve Washington for a new stadium in Virginia. And honestly, it really doesn't matter to me where it's at, because either way it goes, it's right there for real. But it's just hype, fool. I ain't gonna hold you. Now if it's in Virginia, which I think it's most likely gonna be now, with them basically getting the approval to be able to make the stadium in VA, I mean, it's cool for real, but like it's just gonna take a long time to get there from where I'm at, bro. So like I said, FedExville is like right up the street for real. So compare that to now, but Northern VA is not that far, but like it's just like again longer than what it would be if it was right here or in DC. So again, it's cool for real. I just hope, man, we have the best stadium. Like I need the up to date. What you guys say? You want a retractable roof and all that? I want all that, man. You know what I'm saying? And another reason why, you know, Dan Snyder wants it in Virginia, because he wants to have betting and all that inside his place, because it's gonna obviously make him more money. So it's a lot going into this, and we're about, you know, a couple years away from possibly even having a new stadium, because our lease isn't up to 2027. So we'll see what they do. This could definitely change in a year or two. Virginia could definitely pull the offer off the table at some point. Then that opens up the door for DC again, which I really, why is it not in DC? It's literally the name of the team, Washington. So it should be in DC. I don't know if Maryland gonna put their name back in the pot or not, because like FedExville was just terrible. To be honest, so I don't know if their name's gonna be back in the pie as far as it being back in Maryland. I don't even know what other parts of Maryland they would put it in, because any other part besides PG would not make sense, fool. Because like anything else in Maryland is just Baltimore. Like it wouldn't make sense to not have it in PG if it's not in Maryland, or if it's in Maryland. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think Maryland, this is their last time having a football team play in the state, because again, let's be real, outside of our area, and I know some of y'all not from PG, some of y'all may be from Baltimore, but outside our area, everywhere else in Maryland is Ravens fans, you know, like that's the real Maryland, like, you know what I'm saying? So again, it wouldn't make sense to have it in Maryland if it's not in PG. So I really think it's gonna be in VA, which a lot of people like, because I think personally the heart of this fan base is in DC, obviously, but a lot of people are saying if you don't go to Virginia, or if you come down to Virginia, that's really where the heart of Washington fans are. And I don't know. I don't go out VA like that, you know. So I think it's in DC. It should be in DC. But hey, if the heart of the fans are in Virginia, let me know that down below too. Like, what's up? You know, is VA really the heartbeat of this franchise and this fan base? And moving on to the last thing I want to talk about. Man, how good was that Chiefs and Bills game? This is why it's pertinent that we find our franchise guy. Because when you are in predicaments like that, it's so many times the Bills could have lost. It's so many times the Chiefs could have lost. But they both had that dude at quarterback. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Bills, Josh Allen, man. How good is Josh Allen? I felt so bad for Josh Allen, man. Dude played his heart out. You could just see. And this is for everyone out there that thinks sports are rigged. If it was rigged, do you really think Josh Allen would be looking that devastated, bro? Like, sports aren't rigged. I don't even like when people try to make that assumption or make that guess that sports are rigged. You can't rig sports. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks, man, because somebody had to lose, and I really wanted the Bills to win so bad. Josh Allen was doing it all from the ground, throwing it in the air. How about Gabriel Davis, man? 4 touchdowns. Are you serious? But this is more talked about the quarterback, because this is surrounding Washington. That is why we need our quarterback. We will always be 7-10, 8-9, 9-8. We'll always be floating around mediocrity until we find our guy. Who is that? I don't know, whether it's Kenny Pickett, whether it's Desmond Ridder, whether it's Malik Willis, whether it's Carson Strong, whether it's Russell Wilson, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, whether it's Derek Carr, whoever it is, man. We just need to find someone, or else we won't be in predicaments like that. Because both defenses let them down. I mean, Patrick Mahomes drove his team into field goal range in 13 seconds. I could only imagine if that was Taylor Heineke, what we would have done. You know, we probably would have thrown 5 Hail Marys. Probably would have got picked. You know, not said 5 Hail Marys. Probably like 2 would have got picked or something. More of the story is we don't have those. We don't have one of those. And we need to find one of those. That, I don't know who is, but that's up to our scout department. That's up to Martin Mayhew, GM, to figure out that. I mean, he drafted Matt Stafford, right? So that's kind of a plus, right? So yeah, man, I just want to come on here to talk about 3 different things. Just to give you guys' brain flow. I just wanted to chop it up with you guys, man. So The big part of this video is that the name is 1 week away from being announced. So let me know what you guys think about this video down below. What are your final thoughts about the name? This is the last name video until the name gets released. So we can finally put this to bed, man. But yeah, man, as always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Help to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace.